Today we're going to be going over more events that we need inside of Driving Empire, but before we do that, make sure to subscribe and drop a like in this video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So a few months ago, I came up with a few events that I thought would be really cool to see in Driving Empire, and you all really liked my ideas. So today I've came up with 5 more events, and basically the first one is probably the one that was on the thumbnail. It's a really good idea in my opinion. It's a Build a Pagani Zonda event. So if you played Driving Empire for a while, you would know we've had build a car events multiple times. I think one of them was a truck recently. That was the most recent, and those events I can tell you guys like the best because they get the most views on my videos, like out of any updates. So I definitely think that you all like the events where you can get a free car by building it. Now I have a really cool event, the Build a Pagani event. Now why would you build a Pagani? Kind of a random choice, you might think, but basically my thought is, what if there was a way, like, you could build a custom Pagani Zonda? Now, if you don't know, in real life, rich people, right, they take the Pagani Zonda F, I think is the one, they take this one, and they'll send it back to the factory to get rebuilt into something called a Zonda 760. There's multiple examples. There's, like, this white carbon one, there's the Lewis Hamilton edition, there's this one guy that converted one blue one and one red one, I think. Those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head, but my thought is, basically, they send them to the factory. They do a custom headlight design of their liking. They do like a custom spoiler. Some of them have like a cool shark fin to the spoiler. And I'm sure there's tons of other little details I'm forgetting. But basically, these rich guys, right? They send their Pagani Zondas back to the factory, and they customize all the little details on them. What if in Driving Empire we had a build a car event where you could like find different parts and you had the choice which headlights you want, which spoiler you want? So kind of like the build a truck event, build a car event that we've had before, but instead of just finding the parts around the map, you could actually find multiple sets of parts and you could alternate to build your own custom Zonda. So you're still building it like the other events where you find the parts around the map, except you could like swap out from one headlight design to another. For example, you can see the Zonda has a few headlight designs. So this is one of the headlight designs. And then if we spawn in a newer Zonda, this is a different Zonda headlight design. So you could choose your options. This is one Zonda type of spoiler. This is another Zonda type of spoiler. So basically a Zonda where you could intertwine different types of parts to build your own custom Zonda. And they would be found throughout the map, the parts during the event. I think people would really like this event, and it would probably be their most successful event yet, in my opinion. Okay, this next event idea I have is a police car event. Now, I know that licensed brands aren't a huge fan of the criminals and police thing, but we don't have to have criminals. I know they don't like that idea. In the event, what if it was literally just unlockable cars with police lights, or a police livery as well? I think it could be kind of cool. So this car is not licensed, which is why I can still attach the police lights to it, but all licensed cars, none of them let you add this to it. But what if there was an event where you could get this? I know it's possible because in Forza they have licensed cars and police lights on them, so I know it definitely is possible if they try and convince them the right way. Now, my thought is, the reason I think this might also be possible is because if we search up Special Edition during a Halloween event, we had all these licensed cars with Halloween liveries, so what's stopping these brands from allowing them to just say police on the side or something along those lines, or just have police lights on the top that look literally just like this car right here? Just a police event where you can get cool looking police cars. Just gives you a way to unlock cars maybe that are expensive through an event, and also it gives them a cool little feature, you know, having police lights. It can make for some fun role plays in the future, and it could also be for some cool videos. Like, I could turn police licensed cars into some cool videos. So I think it could be interesting. I'm sure the player base, I mean, I think this is something that they would like. I think you guys probably would like this. I just don't know how possible it is with the licensed brands. Okay, now this next idea is basically, what if they had a Driving Empire Special Edition event? Now, what does that mean? Basically, if we look here, you can see they have all these Driving Empire Special Editions. Now, yes, some of them were Halloween themed, but some of them were just the normal car with these lines on it. Now, I know the player base would go up. Like, we would get more players inside of Driving Empire for an update if it was an event. So it's definitely something that would benefit the game. Imagine just a random event. It doesn't matter when. It's just an excuse for them to add an event. I think it's a great idea. Just an event with these Driving Empire Special Editions. You can see here, this is another one. It's just a normal licensed car, just with these liveries on it, mostly lines. I'm sure they could come up with some more unique things if they did a few more cars, like 5 or 6 for this event. Not too complicated of an event for them to add, to be honest, I don't think. Just a Driving Empire Special Editions event. I don't see what's stopping them from having it. I mean, we have all these special editions, and they even did a random Senna limited one time, calling it the Driving Empire Edition. This is another example of, yeah, one of the cars. So, if they just had an event with these cars, with these liveries, is definitely something that would spike the player base, which is good for the game. It would be good for videos because you all would like events and everyone would just be overall happy. I don't see why they couldn't add this random event one time. Okay, now this next event idea is one I know you all would love because you all love Koigseg. So what if they had a Koigseg Special Edition event? Now, I'm talking about like the special one-off Koigsegs that they would have to probably go ask the owners for permission, but let's say the owners of the Koigsegs in real life, the one-off Koigsegs, did say yes. Then what if we had an event, right, where you could unlock Koigsegs for limited time, and they were the special edition ones. I'm talking like the Koigseg Jesko Hydra, the Koigseg Agera Thor, and I'm sure there's more. I think there's the Koigseg Agera Vader, I think is one of them. And then, what else could they do? I think, ooh, that new Koigseg could also be a part of it. They just released this a few days ago, I think. Maybe like a week ago now. The Koigseg Jesko Sahir's Spear. I think I said that right, hopefully. It's like that new insane final most extreme edition of the Jesko where it's like combined the absolute and the attack variants. I think that could maybe be the grand prize car or something like that. They could even throw in the Koigseg Jesko Plus, very similar to the normal Jesko. I just think it's a more powerful version of the Jesko. And I think, I don't know how many were made in real life. I just know, the most iconic one I know is the green carbon one. I believe it's green carbon at least. I could be wrong, it could just be paint, but the green one could be in the event as well. Super cool idea. Just a little event to get some more Koigsegs. Unfortunately, I don't think it would be possible though, because I'm guessing Koigsegs are expensive to license. You know, Driving Empire pays money to these brands to add the cars into the game, and I don't think they would like the idea of spending all this money on all these Koigsegs just for them to go away after a little bit. So it's a cool concept, but it would be very expensive, and I don't know if Driving Empire would be able to turn a profit out of it. Now, the final event idea I have would revamp boats, because right now we have these 3 boats, but they have not been updated in many years. Like, Driving Empire has transferred ownership, and the boats still haven't changed. So, like, the original owner of the game, he made these boats, and Driving Empire was purchased by a company, and the company hasn't even remodeled or touched these boats. So these boats have not been touched in many years. So what could they do with boats for an event? Now, you know, boats themselves are kind of a feature. Even if they updated it, people would forget about it after an update. But with my event idea, I think it would make boats more popular for sure. I just don't know how possible it is with licensing them, but there's a company called Water Sports Car, and they basically make boats that look like supercars. Now, like I said, I don't know how possible it is because I don't know the copyright, because if Driving Empire has Lamborghini license, for example, and Lamborghini sees them with these water sports cars that look like Lamborghinis, they might not be too happy. But I think it's a cool idea though, because imagine an event where you could unlock these water sports cars. It would definitely be really cool if it's possible to like drive your water boat car. Imagine me driving this, but it looks like an SVJ on the water. And imagine they had races too, like races for these boat cars. So I think it could be really unique, really cool, something never seen before. I just don't know how possible it is, but let's pretend in a perfect world it is possible. It could be really cool to be driving around an SVJ boat, a Rolls-Royce boat, a LaFerrari boat. Those are the 3 I remember for sure that they make. I think it could be really cool to drive those around, and it would definitely make boats a useful feature again, especially if they had races for them and higher quality models. So, you know, Driving Empire devs, let me know if that one's possible. I'm genuinely curious. Is it possible to license these water sports cars? It would be really cool to see. But those are my 5 event concepts that I think Driving Empire should really consider doing for events. I don't know how possible all of them are, but comment down below which concept is your favorite that I made. Comment below if you have any cool event ideas. I would love to hear them, but I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. I would truly appreciate it. Subscribing the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Check out the video on screen here. YouTube thinks to like it, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.